They didn't think I was gonna be back, but man never left. Man never left, fam. Ladies and gentlemen, that man's even stuttering. The dynamic duo, the Batman and Robin of this thing. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure and an almighty honor to introduce to you the number one podcast on the planet Earth with my brother Spencer the Knowledge Fearon and yours truly, in the magical words of dream it, believe it, but most of all, become it.
Coming up, you know the rules. I mean,
you know
man got twisted because of the World Cup, sorry, the European Cup last week. So people was thinking that they weren't going to see us. But you know that's impossible. That's impossible.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me big up the first man or woman in the dance, because I don't know what the E stand for. It could be I don't know. Eve. It could be Errol. Big up E. Francis, first person in the building. Jermaine Williams is here as usual. Lee S. AAV Developed Show. Daniel, the one and only Jay Boateng. Lee S. Yes, I've already said. Yemi X is here. Rob, the one and only Rob Mayer is in the building as well. JK Better Life. Jude Alexander. Let me see. D Stretch 81. Come on, big up Tunde and Spence. Thomas J. Riley. Bro, let's kick off this thing because we ain't got much time to waste around here. Man's been away. So, you know, we're back. We're back, Spinner. What's been happening? Man's missed you. Before I go, and I have missed you, my brother. You know, listen. When I say miss, it's not like we don't talk to each other every day on the phone. but you know, missed as in from a professional platform where we're talking to one another, to thousands of people about the sport we all love, boxing. How you doing, Spence?
I'm good, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I can't grumble. I'm doing my thing. You know how it goes. Yeah, I mean, you know how it goes. Like, I mean, that's. I mean, you know how this thing goes, Tom. We got you just got to keep on moving. You like certain things happen. And yeah, I mean, certain things people got to realize what don't break you literally makes you stronger.
Yes,
you know
sir. Yes, sir.
And that's the truth. And it's like, you know what I mean, more time like we're doing certain things. Please forgive you can hear any noise in the background. It's my little girl's watching The Lion King right now.
Come on.
Like, yeah. And I was falling asleep and I was gonna say, you know what, Ton, bun the show today.
Bro, me and Manny was waiting for the text to say bun the show today because bro, ain't much to talk about. But you know, listen, we got to keep the consistency. One thing which many that have come before us were guilty of was the inconsistency of the great thing they started, and we all made a pact that ain't gonna happen to us. Whether I have to do it alone or you have to do it alone,
even we went to get rid of certain fish and chips, man. But it's
like we're gonna make sure that this thing will never stop. It will never stop.
Never.
As long as we got anything to do about it.
Bro, you see like now as well. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, the bed's looking strong still. But yeah, what I'm saying is this, yeah. Even if you got this thing here, the show's going on because you could do it off your phone. Simple as that. So there's no excuse not to go do it. Yeah, I mean, it's become very sustained, right? And we got to keep consistency. That's the bottom line. We just got to keep consistency, and we got to keep on doing what we're doing. And more so, what people got to realize is this: is the more gratitude that you express, is the more abundance that you're going to appreciate. You know what I mean? You're going to appreciate the more abundance but you're going to experience it as well. So it's just one of them kind of things. You just gotta, yeah. You know what I mean? A great time for, like I said, it's a fantastic time for boxing. Not a great time, it's a fantastic time for boxing. Simply because, and this is why I know, like, people are locked in. Because I'm seeing the numbers that I'm getting on my Instagram when I'm posting out the stuff. Even I post up things on the shows. The numbers are ridiculous. You know what I mean? The numbers that I'm getting on my Instagram, I'm getting like 500,000 views on certain posts. You know what I mean? That shows you that people are locked into this thing. But not only are they locked in, but they want to hear it from those of knowledgeable people. Like people are like kind of fascinated. Like, oh, well, Spence, what exactly do you do in boxing? Hello, I box amateur and pro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I retired from boxing. I ran a very successful gymnasium where everybody was training out of. Then off of the back of that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I inspired man to go get their licenses. And it's been quite a few, man, right? There's been quite a few, man, and very successful, who've gone on to become very, very successful in this thing. You know what I mean? Not only just talking about Tunde Ajayi, there's other people, but like for me, on certain things where you have to understand, like when people say they have to want for their brother what they want for themselves, people like to say that in theory. Because it's nice.
But we see on this show, yeah, man see everything, you know. Man see when there's no flowers. Man see the kettle on the wrist.
Everything.
Brothers see everything on his brothers and sisters.
Tunde's going out shopping, man. Tunde's going out shopping. That's it. You know what I mean? Big money around now, you know.
Big money around.
Tunde. Me know. We see it.
Oh, what a percentage.
If I don't hear from Tunde for 2 or 3 days, I know big money's running, you know.
Listen, let us kick it off, Spence. Last night, my old friend Frankie Blue Eyes, Frank Warren, held a great show, a good show. Let's not call it great. Let's call it good, because great is great, good is good. In the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham, up there in the West Midlands, topped by a what would you call it? A nubbins. That's what they call it. You know the nubbins, in it. That's what they used to call it back in the day.
Yeah, they throw money in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah. When you throw the coins in the ring, because it's a good little scrap. It's a good little scrap. And,
have you ever seen that happen when they throw money in the ring?
No, I've never seen. I never witnessed that.
You know what I mean? The last time, sorry to, because I don't want to. But the last time I witnessed that was like Harry Andrews for what's that guy Smite, and that was like in '97. Yeah, and it was on the undercard.
Oh, the black brother, isn't it? Smite. Was that a black brother?
No. He's a white guy. He's a white youth. But him and Harry Andrews, they have some vicious. What was a draw? His first pro fight. These two just went and they started to throw money in the ring. And that's the first time that I've witnessed nobbins. I've always known about nobbins from reading about it, but I've never witnessed it. But that was such a barn burning where man was like, people started to throw money in the ring, and I was there just cleaning it up. Went to the fruit machines. So
yeah. Nobbins is a serious, but
it's a serious thing.
LFC said he's seen it as an amateur. Yeah,
right.
I mean, I've seen these. I've always heard about the nobbins and fights being so appreciated by the crowd that they start throwing in the coins. Like, bro, you're lucky I went there, because I would have sweep up them coins like me and Spence used to do when we used to do the exhibitions.
Listen, Tunde, you got to put that in the book, because people don't even realize when Tunde with that young you used to do pad work, yeah?
Yes.
These are times when the Real Fight Club was running. Alan Lacey, God bless him. Alan's 72 now, you know. I got a phone tomorrow, right?
Yeah, time flies.
It flies, bro. And Alan Lacey went and he used to put on these white collar shows. He was the pioneer of white collar boxing in his country, because he went out to America first and met Bruce Silverglade, who ran the Gleason Gymnasium, and they were doing it out there. It got popularized about 1985. 1986, Tim Witherspoon was working with guys, right? And I remember HBO did a special on it, right? Sorry to digress into history, but No,
it's knowledge. Right? I love it.
Right. And then...
Oh, there's an echo, Spence. Is that... You got something?
Is it echoing now? Is it echoing now?
Mic check.
Hello? Can you guys hear echo?
There's an echo? Yeah, there's an echo. I don't know if anyone online can hear anything. Mic check. No, it sounds all right now. Oh no, right. I can still hear something. That's better.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Spence.
So when they did the the Undisputed tournament, yeah, which had a young kid from Brownsville called Mike Tyson in it. They had Trevor Burbeck in it, Pinkland Thomas in it, Frank Bruno, Tim Witherspoon were in it. You know what I mean? They had Larry Holmes was in it, Michael Spinks was in it. They had this competition, but I remember HBO did a special on it. And them times, what people have to realize is, it's not like now where you can just go to YouTube and watch boxing. You know what I mean? Them days are done. Thank you very much for letting me know that. Yeah, yes. Ojo. Yeah, thank you. Right. So we couldn't see. Them days you had to order your videotapes. I remember ordering at boxing. Eric Armett. You know what I mean? The old guy down there. He used to advertise the fights, and like you pay your £10 and you get 3 fights on one VHS video recorder, videotape. People don't know. When I sit down and say, right, these people don't know these things. These people don't know about when man was right. But that's when they bust white collar boxing. And Alan Lacey saw it and said, right, I'm going to bring that to the UK. And about 5 years later, he started to do that. And it was me and Errol Christie, God rest his soul, one of the best amateurs ever to come out of this country. Yeah, and he was a golden boy in the 80s when he used to box. Me, Errol Christie, were training white collar workers who wanted to box. You know what I mean? And it's amazing how the growth, everything now is, it's white collar, it's white collar. No, white collar is meant to be for people who work in the white collar industry. Now anyone can say, I'm a white collar boxer. No. You're meant to be working in the white collar industry. You know what I mean? Otherwise, let's call it as it is. It's unlicensed boxing. You know what I mean? Like when Tunde used to knock out man's teeth, right?
Yeah,
for another day. You know what I mean?
We're just hearing that President Biden is stepping down after this term. Yeah,
but we knew that he was going to step down.
Bro,
because
the way I see him shaking on the stand, she's shaking like we're shaking Stevens, bro. I'm like, bro, you can't. Who are you trying to kid here? You know, the president is supposed to be especially especially the United States, strong man, able, but bro, you're calling certain man by different names. You're calling a man Putin and he's not even Putin. No. This is some comedy. It's a comedy show. Hey.
Huh?
What's the matter?
Oh, she said her head hurts. All right.
She said what?
Her head's hurting her.
Drink water.
Yeah, go drink some water.
Know, in Nigeria, bro, drink water. You're hungry, drink water. You got a headache, drink water.
1 second, let me just give her.
Mommy, I need money for Chris. Drink water.
Hey. Joe Biden got the straight. Drink water.
Drink water. Every person, any African person, you know about drink water. About you got a headache. They telling me, bro, mommy and daddy's been out all work. Tell me about you got a headache. Drink water. Drink water. Anyway, before Spencer gets back to it, we were about to discuss a good show last night, card put on by Frank Warren in Birmingham. Top of the bill was Nathan Heaney, Brad Pauls 2. I actually DM'd Brad to try and get him on the show because listen, he's a kind of quiet man. He's, for anyone who doesn't really watch boxing like that, he's come up on the small hall shows. I mean, I've seen a lot of his small hall shows fights, and I think he was a bit hard done by in the first fight, to be fair, Spence. But last night, he was not leaving it in the hands of the judges. He weren't leaving it in the hands of the judges.
He was on fire.
He had a good 11th round, and I think his coaches just said, listen, bro, Terry's his coach, innit? Big up Terry. He's like, nah. You have to go out there and just done the dance. And fair play to him. From what I'm hearing, he is the first British champion from Cornwall. Bro, I didn't even know. Cornwall, the people that make the patties. Cornish patty. Ain't that Cornwall? Spence? Educate me, because you're the knowledge.
Cornish. Yeah.
Cornish patty.
Yeah, pasty. Cornish
pasty. Ain't that Cornwall?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I know Cornwall for the patties. But big up my man. He put on a great performance. And let me tell you something. No matter where he goes from here, it's not an easy thing to hold a British title, Spence, at middleweight,
Well,
which
look,
I mean, you're going to give us the history.
Yeah, but then we also, you know what I mean, when you think about it, it's not easy at that division. Yeah.
Yes.
At that division, there has been some really, really good fighters that have won that title, have been British champion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Really good guys who have won that crown and then gone on to fight for world titles. I mean, like, you got to think, you know what I mean? If we flip the page all the way back to 1951, it was Randolph Turpin when he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, the man from Leamington Spa. He beat Sugar Ray Robinson, ton. Yeah, I mean, on points, even though Ray Robinson, he killed him in the rematch.
He broke him up in the second. Bro, don't you know I was only messing about the first fight? He's like, cool. You got your little title. I'm coming back. Oh, mate. The beating he put down him in the second fight was
it was a terrible beating. Yeah, I mean, but if we look at that there, yeah, I mean, Alan Mitt was British champion.
Yes,
you know
sir.
I mean? Went on famously in 1980 to become out in Las Vegas to be by beating Antifermo to become world champion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like on those days when you were British champion, it was a serious accolade.
Accolade, yes.
Yeah, it was a serious accolade, right? So on those guys, yeah, I mean, also can't knock Darren Barker. He won the British title and went, but then there's other guys who didn't need the British title to become world champion at middleweight.
Yes,
Nigel Benn. Yep.
Yes,
they didn't. Yeah, and that's when you saw how things kind of changed. But what I do like now, there is an emphasis now on the British title. There's an emphasis now because of everything that's going on, how boxing is. It's like there's a lot of money pumped into the game right now. You know what I mean? As we can see, Tunde's got a new Rolex on, right? So I'm saying, like, there's a lot of money being pumped.
I'm moving like you. Let me use my other hand.
No. Right? There was a lot of money that is being pumped into boxing right now. So I like the fact that it is like the authenticity of the British title, which is a foundation belt, and you have to remember that the Queensberry rules, right, came out of this country in the 18th century. So we have to know, like, it's a very, very serious accolade, and I'm glad that we got an exciting fight for the British crown yesterday because that stoppage, bruv, I even had to share that. That was a serious stoppage, son.
Yeah, it was a good stoppage. And, you know, fair play. I did watch the post-fight from both fighters. And, you know, listen, Nathan Heaney, you know, what a guy. You know, he speaks, you know, he was a bit emotional. Obviously, very emotional in the locker room, but still suck it up and, you know, saying how much the belt meant to him. And, you know, he's fighting for his city. He says some people say they're fighting for their city, but they're not. He's genuinely fighting for his city. From selling 50 tickets to, you know, to 1,000 tickets fighting some Bulgarian shop floor man goalkeeper to, you know, selling thousands and thousands of tickets and selling out arenas. It's been some journey, and you know, he'll come back. You know, he's had a good run. Before we carry on with the bill, let me speak about a young man who, as I was watching, I was doing my little Twitter commentary when I'm talking to myself really on Twitter. No one ain't commenting back. I'm talking to myself. But ladies and gentlemen,
they're watching. Don't worry about they're not commenting back.
They got it on notifications. I'm not even gonna tell you what. I'll tell you offline. Man's got their thing on notifications. Alert when I tweet. But on the bill last night, we saw he's a young man. He's a young man, and some may say he's not a young man, but he's a young man in the game because he's had under 10 fights. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you. And I love the confidence and I love the swagger. You know, certain man on their display, they got their name on his display, he's got world champ. So, bro, the man's talking it into existence from the beginning. Hey, none of that gun thing right there. Nah. Yeah. That's what we want.
Put him in the middle, son. Put him in the middle.
Yeah. Let me put Ezra in the middle. Come on.
What's happening?
My guy. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, big up Ezra Taylor to the Fight is Right, making his debut. And you know what, young man, I was saying after yesterday's performance, it was a good performance for you in the embryonic stages of your career. Let's not forget that. And, you know, as I was tweeting, I was saying, bro, I don't like this brother's style, you know. I don't trust this guy. He's doing a mad little drunken master style. And, you know, guys like that, you can never really take your eye off the ball. And, you know, first time, I understand that you've gone 10 rounds. You've done the 10 rounds comfortably. What was your overall assessment of the performance, Ez?
I just watched it back, to be fair. I enjoyed it, man. I can't lie. I enjoyed every second of being in there. I enjoy being in the ring. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. Testing out things as well, man. Sometimes you got to be on the inside. Sometimes you have to get licked. Sometimes you have to give out licks. You know what I'm saying? Move around, enjoy yourself, whatever else. So, and obviously 10 rounds, it's unknown territory to me. Not now. Like I did that I could have done probably 12, to be honest. But
yes,
that's also depending on the opponent, the pace or whatever. But I was dictating the pace. I was the aggressor in there. I wanted to catch shots, work on the fence, work on my counters, cut off the ring, try and do that anyway. Obviously, I'm not the finished article, but yeah, I'm having the time of my life right now, and obviously I just got the WBC International whilst doing so. So
come on, and you know what? Let me just you know, because it's overlooked, and unless you're really studying, you know, most boxing fans are not really scrolling box rec. They just want to see a fight. You understand? And sometimes when they see records, they have to understand. Me as a boxing trainer and manager, and someone who has navigated fighters' careers for years. Just because you see a man with a record that don't look too good, that don't mean he can't fight. You know, and before last night, this guy had a relatively 8-3 record. But what people have to understand is that guy knocked out an 18-0 fighter previously in his last fight, Spence.
Tunde, and this is why I like talking to you on these things, because Tunde's a man, he never looks at what a man's record is. He wants to know who you fought.
Trust me.
And that is why I gotta give flowers where it is. That's why Tunde's very studious in picking the opponents and not in picking the right opponents for any of his fighters. You know what I mean?
Trust me, I'm telling you straight. If that's me, you ain't fighting. In your life fight, you ain't fighting no man who look at it, you know, man. I just told him, bro, ladder, bring a next brother. But it shows your confidence. And also, you know, the way you may be looking at it as an individual is like, I think you're 30 now, Ezra. And you may be like, bro, I ain't got no time to waste. I'm looking to 29. You're 29 now. You're like, I ain't got no time to waste. I just want to, you know, do what I have to do. It's now or never. But, you know, matchmaking is crucial as LFC. And you know what? For you, for your styles, for your style, I think it was a good match.
Yeah, no, I feel like it was as well, to be fair, man. We went through a whole heap of opponents, honestly, because obviously that was for the WBC International. So it's different rules, different regulations. People have to get approved. Can't be fighting.
Yes.
Be fighting nobodies that, you know, you like Spence was saying that there's people out there, good records, but they're no good. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to fight these undefeated fighters. We're trying to offer the opponents. You know, they're looking good, 10 knockouts or whatever else, but they're fighting nobody. So the WBC, they're declining and they're saying, nah, that can't run. So then this guy, obviously, like you just said, he stopped a guy who's obviously decent in the 12th round, and he just got silver something. So they said, you know what, this guy is good, he's game, and he ain't here to play around, and you know what I'm saying. So he's gonna give you something that you're gonna have to answer. So that on its own was like, all right, cool, man. We work hard over here anyway, so let's run it. And yeah, I did the 10 rounds with relatively ease, man. Like that's what I want to say it like that, because I was comfortable in there and I enjoyed it. Honestly, sometimes when you're in that ring, there's times where you're not enjoying it, man. There's times where things ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? But that was good. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was a good stepping stone too.
So you got sorry. Like tell us like on your journey, because I've known Ezra a hot minute still. I've known Ezra for about when he just come on the scenes. And for all this time, I didn't even know that you only had 15 amateur fights, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy to me, to be fair. When I say it out loud, I'm like, raw, but obviously that's all I know. All I know is being inexperienced in anything I do, really and truly, man. So even where I am now, me even being, WBC international champion, it's still like, raw, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that on its own is...
You're ranked in the top 20 now.
Ranked in the top. It meant to that. So experience obviously goes a long way, of course, but it's not the end all and be all, man. I really put in work. People who know me put in work, and my journey was it's crazy. That's how obviously I end up booking on Spence, because I'm just trying to find guidance in what to do, where to step. You know what I'm saying?
Any help is here, but so because but you know what? I just think it's really good, and like what I enjoy about you more than anything is like, because like you recently became a born again Christian, but I like the fact that you're not shoving it in people's faces, but what you're doing, you're letting your character tell the story of who you are, where it's not overly flash, you're not on this and all the rest of it. You know what I mean, is that how much of a big part is your faith in what you're doing in boxing right now, Ezra?
It's everything, man. Honestly, it's not even a cliche. I know like people probably would say that, but I'm saying it's everything, because obviously you both know, right? You've been in this, you've been like, you know how hard the fighting game is. It ain't even no game. So you need something to anchor you down. You need something to be able to solidify what you're doing and keep you on the right track. And you see, my faith, that's what that does. And I'm not out here trying to shy out so people can follow me. I'm saying I'm doing my own thing, but that just makes, hopefully that shines light onto other people who may need to have some type of, I don't know, a push in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that is my ethos, man. So when I'm on the interviews and I'm saying, faith guides me, faith is fueling me and whatever else, it really does, because I'm training hard, man. This is real. Hey, this life that I live is real hard. So and I have to do things that's out of my body, man. It's superhuman stuff that I'm doing. When you're training 2 to 3 times a day, and then you have to do it the next day and do this and do that. It's not me, man. It's God who's pushing me to do that. Because trust me, if it was me, I want to quit. I want to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that too, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta stay focused. You know how important the mental side of things are when it comes to boxing. So you need to have that fortitude and be strong. Stand in your faith, but that's also standing in your purpose. My purpose for me is becoming a world champion, man. As you can see in my name, you feel me? So that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to push. That's what I'm trying to push. That's the energy I have. That's the energy I had when I started off, and that's the energy I have now. So I forget about the 15 amateur fights. When people say it to me, I'm like, oh, bro, yeah, I did have 15 amateur fights. But I look at myself further than that. Hence why we took this fight. Hence why I'm 9-0 with the WBC International, because I back myself and I believe I do the right things, and I just want to keep doing the right things. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God.
Well,
yeah, bro, beautiful.
Well, for me, I don't spend too much time looking at other fighters, but you're someone that I've seen and I've heard. Most times I find myself looking at not even the fights, just the interviews, because I always look at the mindset and the character of an individual, because sometimes you learn more. Maybe I'm talking about things there, but sometimes you learn more from interviews than you do from actual facts. And I've seen the way that you've carried yourself. And in particular, I was telling Spence one time he said something about Ant, and I said, "Yep, this you gets it. He understands." And even yesterday, you tickle all the boxes. You look the part. You know how to conduct yourself. You know how to speak well. You're very respectful. And for me, you just need to keep on doing what you're doing. Your talent will take you as far as it's supposed to. And you're right that faith is the guiding force. It is. It's God first all the time. And me and Spencer starts on that. And these are the characteristics that you need. I'm not trying to say you have to be a Muslim or necessarily a Christian. You just have to have something that is your guiding force outside of yourself, something bigger than yourself. And your performances are shining. You look the part. You get me? I'm like, yeah. Because I'm there, I'm like, yeah, big up this youth. He's doing his thing. He's from Nottingham, and the story, and you're very, Spencer always talks about it, gratitude. You know, you're grateful for being in this position, and that's why I said, Spence, yeah, this you, yeah, I like what he's coming with. What do you want personally now? I mean, it's been, as you said, it's a dream. You're living a dream, but you know, the light heavyweight division on a world scene. I mean, we have British fighters who are world class. It's a domestic, and then we have your up and comers. I think it is the best division in British boxing right now, the light heavyweight scene. But what next for you? I know, as I said, you're still in the embryonic stages of career, so I don't want to lead you into talking mad. You get what I'm saying? But it's good to be ambitious,
of course,
and always set yourself the standards. But what does Ezra Taylor want?
Me personally, I just want any steps to build up to fighting Willie Hutchinson. Honestly, that's the fight I've been now. He's with Queensbury. It makes sense. And
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? He, as don't get me wrong, on paper, big him up because he did what he did to Craig Richards, and that was good and kind of surprising, to be honest. But now he's obviously on to Joshua Buatsi.
Sorry to cut you. It wasn't a surprise to Tunde. Tunde was saying from morning when that fight was announced. He said, Spence, I don't like that fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Craig was gonna boy him. I really did. But I thought Craig was gonna smash him to bits. I'm gonna be real. Yeah. Tunde was like, boy, I don't like this fight. He said, why give them man the opportunity?
Bro, you need to know this anyway. I'm not giving man the secrets, but I was not confident in that fight. You know, but the fight's done now. Craig will come back and move on. But Willie Hutchinson, that would be a good name for you. But obviously, as you said, he's got business to try and take care of with Joshua Buatsi. How do you see that fight going?
Me, do you know what? Going back to I don't want to talk about it too much, but going back to the Craig Richards fight, I'm saying, raw. If he just pulled it out of the bag like that, then boy, I'm looking at Buatsi, because you know what it is. No offense to none of these light heavyweights, but a lot of light heavyweights right now are starting to become over the hill. Yeah,
come on.
You got these other up and coming. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bit different. But Willie Hutchinson, I didn't really see him as that. But now he's starting to solidify himself as that. Yeah, I'm up and coming. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting Buatsi, man. Like, big up yourself. That's crazy. So I believe he has the skill, because Buatsi has been on a decline in his last 3 fights. Willie Hutchinson looks like he's getting from strength to strength. That day is probably going to give Willie Hutchinson some confidence going in, because the Dana was a bit stagnant. I didn't really see any type of improvement in either fighter, and I feel like nowadays boxers are not improving. Willie Hutchinson, he looks like he's improving. He's getting a bit better. Yeah. So with Buatsi, been stagnant, and then also on top of that too, he looks like he's dipping slightly. So I think Willie Hutchinson probably could do it on points, but if Buatsi brings out the Buatsi that we knew from early in his career, then Willie Hutchinson's gonna get moved to, I feel like.
You know what it sounds like, Spence?
How do you think the fight's gonna go? How do you think that fight's gonna go?
Me?
No.
He just told you how he feels. He just told you how he sees the fight.
No, he said but who do you think's gonna win the fight? That's what I mean.
Me personally, do you know what?
I'm talking to the man behind you.
Come on.
I'm gonna run with Buatsi.
Yes.
Okay.
But is it a 12-round fight? Am I correct?
I believe it's a 12-round fight. Yeah.
12-round fight. So I feel like Buatsi has the experience, and he's done a few 10-rounders, 12-rounders, or whatever else. So and Willie Hutchinson's only done one, if I'm correct. So
yeah.
I feel like Buatsi's experience will teeter him over. The same experience I thought Craig Richards was gonna deploy in the Willie Hutchinson fight, but clearly he didn't. But I think Buatsi, he knows what's at stake here as well. So
you know we got JB fans today. You know what? When in a Ghanaian man's fighting, you know you're bound to have a Ghanaian defending JB. But he said JB ain't no decline. But I mean, Daniel J. Bolton, we've spoken about this before. You got to check the performances, and I feel that's where Ezra's coming from. You know, he didn't look good against Craig Richards, and to be fair, he wasn't that spectacular against Dan Aziz. So I think Ezra's got a great point, Daniel. So sometimes you have to take your head, your heart out of the, conversation and just look at the facts. And I feel Ezra's given a great point. And let's get it right. JB was supposed to fight us, but he took that fight instead of fighting us. So we know what time it is. but we'll talk on that. We'll talk on that at a later date. So yeah, but I mean, Spencer, you've got JB by points. I think JB's gonna stop him. I'll be honest with you, because if he can't get rid of this you here, if you can't, because this you, I don't rate this you, but I know what he's capable of. But I'm saying we're talking about levels of the sport, and I just feel
don't underestimate the kid.
I'm not going to underestimate him, but I just feel that Joshua Buatsi mentally is supposed to run through this guy in the second half of the fight. And that's my opinion. Yeah, even stop him. Stop him. It could be his first stoppage for a hot minute. Because I don't even know the last time Joshua Buatsi stopped anyone.
In a minute.
Yeah,
it's all changed now. Now I see Joshua Buatsi driving up and down in them big flash cars that he's got. He's got them bossy Tesla cars now.
Okay.
I mean, last time Joshua Buatsi stopped him if it was a blinking bus, because like
yeah, you got me. But that's another little, thing you have to be aware of. Sometimes people, anyway, you come from certain vicinities, fame, money, it is a distraction. It is a distraction to a lot of athletes. Because most of you, me, we come from areas where, you drive a nice car, bruv, you made it. You've made it. So, you know what I'm saying? So when you start to reap the financial rewards, always remember, Uncle Tunde is telling you, just stay focused. Stay focused. There's nothing more important than this. This is your career. You've only got one shot at it. That's the way I see it. Even me as a trainer, I'm not stopping. And as a fighter, you have to have this same mindset. You're doing a fantastic job right now. As I say, to me, you're a promoter's dream. You look the part, you speak well, you can articulate yourself, and most of all, you can fight. So you just need to keep on doing. Tell me what it's like training with your trainer, Angel Fernandez, and around Richard Riakporhe and Fraser Clarke.
It's good, man. It's a learning experience. As I said to Spence earlier on the phone, I'm like a sponge, man. Like I see with me, I have no ego as well, because I've been around. I've been trying to find my feet for a long time, just to solidify where I need to, improve and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I still have my day ones. I still have my coach Ray Ricketts. He's in my corner. I've got a team that Spence knows. Even they got Micah there as well. So we're just trying to find out the right places. Angel, he's meticulous with his approach with certain things. Training. Loughborough got a great facility, and obviously you got Clarke, Richard Riakporhe. We got Kieran Malloy. He had a whole heap of experience in amateur, and Sergio, he's had a whole heap of professional. So I'm able to just extract bits and pieces from all of them, and they're going into their big fights as well. Fraser Clarke, he just had his scrap with Fabio Wally. I learned a lot of that. I was in camp with him. I was seeing his sparring partners. I seen what he had to do. Then I had to envision what I would do when I'm at that stage. The same with Richard Riakporhe. Unfortunately, he came up short, but I was in camp with him. I seen all of that, so it's like I'm getting glimpses of what it takes and what it doesn't take to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Without me, so it's like, all right, cool. You made that. Let me not do that. Now, you did that. Let me just do this. Oh, that worked for you. Let me try it. So these things here, I'm just taking it all in my stride. So this is why that last fight last night, I was able to be calm in the ring, because I'm a very at times I can be not emotional, like, oh, I want to mash you up. You hit me, I'll get you back quick. Like, now I'm calm, take it easy, because I want to show maturity. But the maturity, what I'm trying to show is the maturity that I'm learning on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Just in training, in sparring, trying to do hard things in the easiest way. So I'm learning a lot, man. I'm learning a lot, and like I said, I got Angel. He's a very good coach, I believe. There's a lot of good coaches out there, but he's a good coach. I work well with him, good chemistry, and he's meticulous with his approach with boxing, man. And I need someone who can do that, And I also have people around me that also give me good counsel. So right now, I feel like I got the winning formula, and clearly it's working. Cause I got the win yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. When are you looking to be out next? Have you got any?
God willing, looking at October, December, could all be teetering on the Saudi Arabia cause, man. That belt's kind of opened up a door there.
Come on.
I'm hearing speculation. I'm hearing, what's it called? Ben Whitaker could be fighting out in Saudi. I'm hearing that my name got dashed in the mix, and
Oh yeah.
I'm hearing all types of stuff right now, but I'm not trying to get into the hearsay. I'm just like, all right, cool. Well, let me know, and we'll work.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the go.
You was meant to fight another Ezra, Tunde's nephew, Ezra Erenenke.
Yeah. Fool. Who's that?
The other brother who Ben Whittaker fought.
Yeah.
They offered.
Bro, what you ain't got that to do with me? We my nephew.
That's
Tunde, you're the dead stamp, man. If I look at him, you can see the resemblance in it. In fact, like Edge's business manager, Micah, he could relate to Tunde, you know.
Don't worry, man, bro. Anyway, yeah. Listen, Ezra, it's been a pleasure having you on. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're now 9-0 and WBC champion, the Commonwealth silver champion. You're just racking up them belts. Man, I even had 10 fights, many.
It's mad.
Yeah,
and for that, I have to salute. Even though I'm going to keep this in 100, I don't rate no Commonwealth silver belt, right? But the WBC International, I have to rate that. That is because you're in the top 10 in the world now.
Bro, listen. In the world, you're saying you don't rate no Commonwealth silver. You remember what Tony Salem done when he won the Southern Area? He said, "I will take this belt to Nigeria and I will be a king in Nigeria." Don't tell me about you don't rate no Commonwealth silver, bro. Man fought and won the lottery with a Southern Area belt. So, bro,
I remember that. Bro, who was the
when you roll into the community?
Who was the youth that he boxed at Bethnal Green?
Say that again?
Who was the youth that Tony boxed?
Richard Horton. I think it was Richard Horton.
Yeah, Richard.
That's Horton.
I wanted to go dig up that fight on YouTube, you know, because
That was my first fight with him after he got knocked out by Courtney Fry live on Sky Sports.
Yeah. On a Friday night, I remember that.
Yeah, and his very next
Friday night.
Yeah, he come to me. He come in the gym. Oh, uncle, help me. I said, cool, bro. You just got knocked out live on Sky, but come, we'll go through. Phone up Frankie. Sorry, Ezra, we're giving you the histories here. Phone up Frankie Blue Eyes. I said, Frank, listen, this kid's just coming. Boom. Sort it out. Sign him up. Get him aside. Bro, we won the title. He come back in the gym on a Monday. He's like, yeah, we don't need Frank Warren. I said, nah, brother, we don't move like that. And look at that. I don't think he fought ever again in his life. So it's funny how things work out. But Ezra, listen, just keep doing what you're doing. Great to have you on the show. You look the part. Keep your image correct. You know, there's a lot of people from Nottingham that are looking up to you, and evidently it's got to be for yourself first. You know, God first, you first. But you know, you're the beacon of the community, and people are drawing strength from you. Don't think they never are. They are. So whatever belt, don't worry about Spencer chatting about. But that belt's big on the road. That belt's big. You get what I'm saying? In the barbershop, that belt's big. Yeah, you get me. So keep doing what you're doing, sir. Any last things from yourself?
I just want to say thank you, man. Big up both of you, man. You're the OGs of the sport. Your knowledge is extensive, man. It's crazy. I learn a lot of you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. I appreciate
Come on, keep
on doing your thing, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you know the rules. Put God first. You can never come second. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, blessed to have the future world champion on the show. I mean, dream it, believe it, become it. But Ezra, the cannon, I mean, he's more than a cannon. I mean, he's a rocket launcher.
Come on.
I see the man come on Tunde. He's on steroids. Look at his arms.
Bro, what's about Spencer? Spencer sometimes he forgets that he's on air. He just talks nonsense.
You can on my arse now, saying, bro. I'm telling you, me off and doing all that. But yeah, man, big up yourself for your time anyway, man. I appreciate it.
Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute
also big up
pleasure.
Costa, man. Beautiful human being, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure to have the one, the only, Ezra, the Cannon, Taylor.
Love.
Good night. God bless, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Spence. Nice young man. Wish him nothing but the best.
Come here.
Boxing is a serious sport. And, you know, if you don't take it seriously,
What's the
it's
matter?
problems.
I don't know my word now.
All right. All right. So let me just put this little one to bed. Just continue.
Your US guest is here, you know.
Shh. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
Spencer has to do the daddy duties online.
Yeah,
I don't want to bring
bro,
him in because
it is.
yeah,
Your
it is
mom's
what it is.
gone out, so it is what it is, bro.
Spence, are we gonna?
Yeah,
Should I
bring him in? Bring him in.
Okay. Let me see the. You know, Spencer's black book is extensive, so every week you can expect to see guests from around the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, from the US of A, we have a up and coming. I don't know if I can call him a prospect because he's doing bits right now. The one, the only, Brandon Glanton. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Brandon, where you there?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
How you doing, brother?
I'm well.
Listen, you know what? It's so mad because Spencer, I didn't know that you was coming on until obviously Spencer put it in the group this evening. But I just I try not to stay too long on social, but just random, I just pressed onto your page. That's why I'm saying this thing is a spiritual thing because I pressed onto your page. Just random, bro. I don't even know why I pressed onto your page. I've never seen you fight or nothing like that. I see you cook, bro. I see about 4 stories. This is Chef.
Yeah, man.
I said about 4 stories. This is Chef. And then I said I checked you out, and then Spencer showed me your fight against Emil Markic, and I said, yeah, this guy he's a problem. He's a problem. So, Spence, I mean,
I mean, remember, he's highly ranked in the world, right? He's in the top 10 in all the governing bodies, right?
Yes.
People have to understand that bulletproof is trying to be the truth right now because he's highly ranked. I mean, he's Napper's managing him now with
okay,
that's
my guy,
right? And like they're sneaking in fights, but I'm like, I remember before, it was a little while ago. I remember you and Isaac Chamberlain were going back and forth with each other. Right. I was looking forward to that fight, but unfortunately, Isaac come up second best in his last fight out. You know what I mean? So I know that's going to be kind of not there. I mean, we've seen like Richard Rapport, who challenged for the world title recently against Chris Billam-Smith. He comes second best, so I think he's going to try and regroup. So I'm looking through like of the British guys for you to go on, like where there'd be a chance for you to go and fight British guys, and the only guy is Chef Clarke.
Yeah, you know.
Hold on, Spence. That's where I remember this brother from now. You were the first person to beat Efe, the Nigerian. Yeah, you took FA's undefeated record because I'm a Nigerian.
Yeah,
Nigerian. And I remember they was talking about it. And I was like, bro, this guy's got to be tough to beat FA, bro. So I think probably because you couldn't have been the home fighter for that fight, right?
No. He was definitely the A side. I think at the time he was the #1 contender.
Yes.
So I just made a breeze of that, you know, and just continue doing it. So
sorry, I had to cut them because now I was just looking at your record and I remember FA was 11-0. And I don't think FA's it's been hard for him. Well. Yeah, it's been a long road back for FA since then because he's 12 fights, 12 wins, 12 KOs. So again, that's saying something. But I mean, what would you like next personally for yourself, Brandon?
You know what? I thought about it. Reactor or either Clarke. You know, I've been trying to get Clarke just for the simple fact we were supposed to fight a few months back. And for whatever, I think they found an easier fight for him. So I went on to beat up on Emil. But you know, I think he's like a 9-0 Olympian. So I think he'll be good for my record. Plus I don't think he's a tough fight. You know what I mean? I think he like I said on my story, man, this boy is leaking and lactating everywhere. I can't get him to respond. I try to get him. I have sent that boy so many stories. I have reached out countless times, and the thing about it, the fight was brought to me. So sometimes in boxing, you respond too quick and then it scares them off. So in Reactport, you guys probably don't know about it, but some time ago when I was with Pro Box, he turned down the fight. So now I'm hoping that he doesn't have anything else going. I'm hoping he can come try to lay on me like he did Chris Billam, and I can show Billam show him how to knock that man out appropriately. So one of the two. I've been coming at these guys so long and so aggressive. So at this point, maybe one of y'all can call him. Maybe y'all can get him on the show.
Well, Spence, I don't want to be a troublemaker today, brother. I want my because Spence has got everyone's number in his phone book. Spence literally could call anyone. I don't know. I don't know if you want to be that instigator tonight, Spence. And
you know what? So, I'm gonna be real. It's like, I mean, I don't want to cause no trouble right now. But while we're here, I might as well to hell with it.
Oh wow, yeah. There's Richard. Well, Richard must be easy. Just come off a massive fight, but Chev is a fight.
It doesn't matter,
I would love to see you and Chev going some, but there has to be. I mean, nobody in Britain right now at Cruiserweight is fighting Chev. Chev's all posted. He's like, bro, is there anyone in Britain that wants to fight me?
And that's the thing about it. He makes all these posts. He says all this about how he's being avoided and this and that. Brother, nobody's avoiding you. I'm in the U.S. Let's make it happen. I said this on his story. So again, call him up, give him a shout, and maybe we can go ahead and get this fight done.
It's true.
I don't know what else I gotta do. If he wanted to put these belts up, we can put the belts up. We can make it however he want to do it. But I promise you, I'm gonna splatter that boy. I'm gonna batter him. So let's make it happen. Plus, I think I'm undefeated against people who look like women. So his chest, man. Have you seen that? His chest. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. This guy. I thought maybe it's because he was ovulating. Maybe that's why he wouldn't respond. But that was days ago. So we'll see what happens now.
Chef, you gotta come and defend the thing. Nah, I'm not happy about this, Chef. If a man come up my fighter like this, I'm coming strong. But listen, it's all entertainment. It's a Chef's not one thing I would say about Chev. Chev is not really about that kind of confrontation. He's more cool. When we get in a ring, we'll see what time it is. But it's entertainment. Somebody has to talk. Someone has to sort of fight. And I like what you're doing to try and get this fight. It's, as someone said, it's down to these promoters to get out the checkbook and pay you guys, because it's a business. It's a business. And why should someone give up a good ranking positioning to fight another person that's dangerous for nothing? If there's a belt on the line, it makes perfect sense. And with the Saudis' influence in the sport now, I feel that this is something that needs to happen.
It's better than one. I'll give you two. I got the WBO International. I got the WBA International.
Oh, wow.
We can make it happen. Chev knows I'm in line for the world title behind Dorico. So we can make it happen. And rest assured, I definitely want to sell the fight. Don't get me wrong, definitely. But Chev knows, just like I know, out of 22 men, I've dropped 21 of them. And the one I didn't drop got banned for 6 years for doping. So,
oh, wow.
I make his brain pop. So please, if you can get him on the phone, that would be lovely. We can make it happen. No more running.
I just sent him a message, son.
Oh, you sent him a message. That would be good if he could. I just, my brethren from GH Ghana is saying, yeah, man's watching live. So this is a worldwide show, Brandon. People are watching you. So we know your message is getting out. It's definitely getting out. And I hope we get these fights, because they people want to see. I mean, some of these fights, what we're getting now, the public ain't asking for them.
Right.
The public want to see the real fights.
And
the real fights.
Like here in the US, the cruiserweight division is not as live as it is in the UK. So I'm definitely looking. I've been coming ever since I came to the UK last time.
Yes.
Your boy Chamberlain turned into a track star, and not a boxer. So whatever I gotta do, I'm here for it.
Hey, listen, Isaac, you gotta come true, bro. These American men are coming on the thing and saying you man are track stars. I'm like, bro, where's you lot's backative? You supposed to have man backing you. We can't be having man just coming on a UK show, calling you lot all names, saying man's overlating, calling man track stars. I'm like, bro, come on, man. If none of you guys know, no one can't talk to none of my guys like that unless I'm coming back strong. So I'm like,
I guarantee
come
you,
on,
Chamberlain
man.
is not coming. He probably gonna send his boy from Brixton like he did at the fight when I was in his face. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Bro, come on.
What was it? Isaac's he's in Dubai. I see he's in Dubai. Let's big up Bobby Wright. Thank you so much for the $4.99.
Oh, thank you, Bobby Wright.
Big up, guys. Sorry. I'm not on. I'm on holiday. We'll catch up later. Love. Thank you very much, Bobby Wright, for the $4.99. We gonna see what I can go get.
That's the problem. That's the problem that we have. These guys. Unfortunately, when I start talking, they view me. Oh, it's the ignorant American. We'll just ignore him and he'll go away. But no, Chev. I'm not going anywhere. So
and you're not talking to the right British man. You're not talking to the right UK man because everyone knows about my mouth. That can't happen to me because I'm notorious. When back in the day in Floyd's gym, when everything before the whole thing, I used to be arguing with Nate. And all of them American man here, because I'm like, bro, we need this. This is the competition we need. At the end of the day, we're warriors. You're warriors. Both, you guys are warriors. But I just feel like the sport is becoming it's called a gentleman's sport, but we need entertainment. That's what people are paying for, right?
Absolutely.
That's what people are paying for. So I'm like, come on, man, give us some entertainment. Give us some entertainment. We need Chev. We need Chamberlain. We need Riakpur to back it. We need to back it. You can't be just having man coming up on the UK show talking nonsense.
I love to show them guys what I'm about. So, but the thing is, they know me. Like I said, Riakpur has declined me before. It's not his first time seeing my name. It's not his first time. He don't want these problems. I tell you what, if any one of them come on here right now, and say, "Hey, I'm scared of you. I don't want to fight you," I'll never say their name again.
Come on. Moving forward, again, you just fought, I think, was it last week or the week before?
Actually about a month ago out in Russia.
Again.
Made another statement out there. When I knocked out Alexei Igorov and the ex-world champion couldn't knock him out. Not only that, I did it in his home. We did it right in the heart of Moscow. So
we know going over to Russia is not an easy thing. And so to take out their guy, knocking him out in the 11th round again is a massive statement, Brandon. And I hope and pray that you get these fights, and as you say, keep talking, because empty mouths, as when they say, Spencer, empty mouths don't get fed.
Don't get fed, mate. It's closed mouths don't get fed, not empty mouths.
Closed mouths. So that's a Jamaican thing. I'm not Jamaican. I'm African.
But then also they say that loose lips sink ships.
Right.
Chat too much, and you got to be careful on that one bulletproof. But you've been around for a hot minute now, Because I remember
backed up everything I said. I promise you, I'm telling you today, if any one of them get in the ring with me, I'm gonna destroy them. That's it. That's what I've been doing. I'm gonna keep doing it. And they're gonna deal with it. Eventually, Billam gonna have to pull his dress down. He's gonna have to pull his dress down and give me that fight. So we'll see what happens.
We'll keep it up. Keep up the good work, Brandon. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we're gonna have you back, man. Because
I'm telling you this before you go, Mr. Bulletproof. Yeah, Brand. If you had a message for Chev Clarke and his promoter, Matchroom Eddie Hearn, what would it be?
Let's get paid and don't.
Sorry. That's a 9 o'clock work thing.
Yeah. Go on, say that again, please, bro.
Say, let's get paid and don't blink. Chev is done. I promise you, when I knock you out, Matchroom's gonna forget about you.
And listen, it's good, because Eddie's a man. He will watch this. He will watch this, and Ed, he will make the fight. He will make the fight.
Eddie knows. Eddie knows.
Eddie will make the fight. So Eddie, you got it here live. Brandon, he's on here. He's calling out Chev. He wants Chev Clarke. He even wants Riakpo, even though Riakpo is not one of your fighters. He wants Isaac. He wants Billam-Smith. Ben Shalom. Where you at? Where you at? Come on, guys. We want all the smoke. This is, we want all the smoke. We're not ducking or dodging, and we're prepared to travel. That's what Brandon's telling me.
Yeah.
And he's telling us he's prepared to travel. He'll come over here. He'll fight. So let's give the fans what they need. We need a fight.
Absolutely.
Let's get them what we need a fight. Eddie's watching. So it's been. We're definitely bringing you back on again. It's a shame we can't get. Maybe next time we can set up a thing where we got Chev there. Chev's probably watching.
I think he might be checking his new bra size. I don't know what he's doing, but he's watching. That's for sure. He's watching.
Checking his browser. So what's going on? Oh my goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure to have a man in the cruiserweight division that is here to cause trouble, and he's not backing away. He's not backing down from his talk. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Brandon, Mr. Bernard Glanton.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, y'all gonna take me out everywhere. Team Bulletproof. I'm gonna see y'all real soon.
Come on, see you soon, brother. Love. Yeah, that's what man needs. But I keep telling. This is why you see, Spence. I'm an entertainer. I like to entertain. When all said and done, it's boxing. We just boxing. It's boxing, but we need you. When people taking their hard-earned money, to go and watch a boxing match, there's got to be a build-up. You can't be just sitting there doing nothing. It's like, come on, man. What are we paying for here? We're already paying for the Netflix subscription, the Zone, box office. We need entertainment, and Ton,
we need the entertainment. It's very important. You know what I mean?
Man said call out Opataya. I don't. That's one man I don't hear no one calling out Opataya.
Nah, Tunde. Opataya wasn't that impressive in his last performance.
Yeah, only Anthony Yarde is calling out Opataya. Only AY. We said we want that fight. We want Billam-Smith. We want Buatsi. But anyway, I'll talk about that next week. We want these guys. We ain't knocking about. We just come. We're ready. Anthony Yarde, we're ready to fight. But this is not the Anthony Yarde show. But I'm telling you, from my managerial and training perspective, we ain't fighting on no Opataya or Billam-Smith or jumping up to these guys. You understand? But we got light heavyweights to deal with first, and then we'll move on. But it's an exciting time. There are great matchups to be made. There's no doubt about that. There are great matchups to be made in the light heavyweight division, in the cruiserweight division, because even in this country, I still feel that the cruiserweight division, it has some legs, Spence.
I mean, you could. When we say that, hold up. Let me just say this. Number one is this. Before we continue talking, we're talking about the cruiserweight division in the UK, right? We have to say a massive props to Chris Billam-Smith for the simple thing. He's beat Isaac Chamberlain. He's lost to Richie Riakpo. He's beat Tommy McCarthy. He's beat Lawrence Okoli, and he's beat Richie Riakpo. That you's a bad man, you know.
Yes, 100%. I mean, listen,
right. And what it is, he is a bad man, Ton.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Some people term bad man the wrong way, their perception of bad man. But what I can tell you, he's a proper professional. You know, he's and the thing I like about Chris Billam-Smith, he is what he says on the label, the gentleman. He ain't running up his mouth. He ain't talking that talk. It's like, bro, we're gonna fight. So you got to have a lot of minerals, a good gas tank, and skills to dethrone this man, because you know both Richard and Lawrence are not weak brothers; they're strong guys.
Okay.
So that goes to show you the mental. But I do believe on both occasions those fights were won in the mental department.
I'm not going to turn around and say I'm not going to disagree, but I can't also go deep. I'm not a psychologist when it comes to Richard Rappaport, Lawrence Okoli, right?
Yes.
But what I do know, I'm just keeping this thing totally 100 as I always do, week in, week out. On the fight is right, one brother from another mother. Tunde, when you're a coach, as you are, and a man has come to you for work, Tunde.
You know me. That's the thing about me, bro. If I see a funny comment, I'm gonna read. Mess with the midnight train on the bus replacement service. Oh my goodness gracious me! Sorry.
No, that was a funny line. That was a funny line, right? So I'm just keeping this thing totally 100. When you see a man,
wait, Spencer. Man said the alkaline thing. My goodness gracious me. I know people are not going to deep how funny that is. There's only certain man would know that man said the alkaline thing. Where's King Reds? It's only man like King Reds would know, will understand this joke. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Bro, I told you the alkaline thing, it can't work in boxing. Spencer, alkaline thing can't. Listen, you gotta get on that mum. Lawrence is clever now. Lawrence has gone back on the eggs, the Ghanaian eggs, and steak and fish. Bro, that's what you need. You can't be coming in the ring with killers chatting about some vegan bread. Nah. It ain't gonna work. You need to eat. Remember, what was the US champion, Keith Holmes? He was a vegan. The US champion, Keith Holmes, was a vegan. He fought Bernard Hopkins. Go watch that fight. Bernard Hopkins said, "You need to eat nails to beat me." About you coming in there with your vegetarian self. No, you need the meat. So sorry, the vegans and vegetarians that are watching right now, but this is fighting. You got to be at maximum strength, and let them tell you that the meat is not good for you. In some cases, it's proven that the meat is very helpful. So, and lo and behold, Lawrence Okoli has gone back on a meat diet. But anyway, Spence, carry on. Sorry,
Lawrence Okoli was a vegan simply to cut weight to get down to the weight,
Yeah. But I don't believe that. When I say I don't believe that, I'm not saying I don't believe him. What I'm saying is that's nonsense. Where as probably a Nigerian, he's not probably a Nigerian, he's a Nigerian. Where as a Nigerian, you're probably eating pounded and assorted meat and filling up the plate with jollof rice. Where you will eat one bowl of jollof rice, you just reduced it to half. You don't need to stop eating the whole thing. I don't understand. This thing is not complicated, Spence.
But Ton, I hear that. But when you're eating the assorted meat.
Yeah. So when you eat 10 pieces of assorted meat and you got to drop weight, you cut it down to 3 pieces of assorted meat. You don't cut the whole meat. That's nonsense. You know, Shaki weighs heavy as well.
No, Shaki's heavy.
Shaki weighs heavy. Sorry, we've totally gone off subject now. There are a lot of people on right now thinking, what are they talking about, mate? Shaki, assorted. But Spence, continue what you were saying about Chris Billam-Smith.
I'm going to say, Chris Billam-Smith, why I say I rate this so highly simply because there is no real special effects with him.
At all.
Right? There isn't. right? And it's not just toughness because there's a smartness in it. And we also got to give a lot of props to Shane McGuigan because what he does, what Billam-Smith does, if you watch him, I've watched a couple of his fights, like he leans away from the power shots. He'll still get caught with it, but he leans away from it. So he's taking a snap out of it. It rather him just being, if he was arched forward now, if he was arched forward in a forward motion and getting clapped with those shots. Because one thing we know, Richard Riakporhe can punch. But what I was saying is this, and this is no disrespect to Angel Fernandez, right? But when you're a trainer and you've gone to a man looking for work there to join their camp, because he originally went to Shane McGuigan to wanting to join Shane McGuigan's camp when he just started off in the game. Shane McGuigan is
who?
Angel Fernandez. Angel Fernandez.
No, who went? Oh, Angel Fernandez went to Shane McGuigan.
Right,
okay,
exactly. So he's thinking in his head, you can't come and train no fighter to try to beat my fighter. Think about it. Come on. I'm just being real. You know what I mean? So when you're saying like, right, it's psychological, I say, yeah, I think psychological, but I think the psychology part is also weighing heavily on the trainers, Tunde. You understand? Because loads of times when I sit down, I'll say to certain trainers, yeah, well, who
man said, man, arch forward lava after that. That's how you know there's some real road man in this thing. You know? Right. Go.
So I'm saying to you, Tun, when you say, well, oh, there's this trainer, there's that trainer, there's this, I'm looking at these supposed trainers, right? And this is not me talking about my man. I'm just talking to trainers in general. I look at certain trainers and I know they've learned pads from watching YouTube. Right. But you're watching, you're teaching a man to fight. Watch fighting. Don't watch pad work and calisthenics. Like, was it a year and a half ago when we had the great Chris Eubanks Sr. on the show? And he said, these men are PT. They're PT instructors. They're not trainers. And this is the truth. Right? Because man can say that you're a trainer, but are you a teacher? And if you are a teacher, I want to know what school of thought you came from. Right? Who you're around that was in the game from the beginning part. So when you see, and this is the next thing, with Shane McGuigan, Tunde, even though he never boxed professionally, I remember there was a lot of hype about when he was in the amateurs, yeah? Your dad is a former WBA world featherweight champion. Matter of fact, when he made his comeback, I want man to realize this part here. When he made his comeback in 1988, right? By McGuigan, he made his comeback back and he made it with Frank Warren, yeah? When he made his comeback, I remember Frank Warren stating on ITV that imagine the biggest seller in the UK is an Irish, right? Because that is how big Bayern McGuigan was. All of that stuff has been computed down into his son. And what did he do? He was a PT trainer, yeah? What's that? Them boxing gyms, them boxing gyms. He was, but also, you know, he was really tight with. He was amazingly tight with Errol Christie. You know what I mean? Who was a fantastic fighter, and he was a fantastic amateur. But they were like this. Who? Errol Christie and Shane McGuigan.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were like this. So these are all the things that I'm saying. Like, you can't be around trainers for fly out 2 weeks. I'm going to South America for 2 weeks. I think you're gonna learn. You ain't learning that. That's all you're doing is getting a holiday and you're losing a couple of weight. If you want to be in them camps around these people, you have to be in their camps around them properly. You can't pick up for like 2 minutes or 1 minute. It doesn't work like that. The game don't work like that. So I agree with what you're saying. Like, it could have been psychological when it came to Lawrence Okoli, definitely. Because Shane McGuigan was doing the little psychology tricks. Oh, well, I know Lawrence Okoli is weak-minded.
Yes.
If a man turn around and say, rah, Tunde's weak-minded, you're thinking, wow, what kind of disrespect is that? You're thinking about the disrespect more than anything. But
of course.
You train with this man for X amount of fights. You're sitting there saying to yourself, wow, well, maybe I'm weak-minded, or maybe you played this little trap. And this is a game. This game is not just, this game is espionage, Tunde. So when I'm seeing these kind of things, Richard Paul fell into the trap, right? And he certainly did. And then also I'm saying Isaac Chamberlain fell into the trap as well, because and he's got a very good young trainer, right? What's the youth's name? Bobby. He trains Isaac. He's a very good young trainer. But I put my emphasis on young trainer. And when I mean young, I'm not talking about young in age. I'm talking about young in experience. So when you're going up and this is the difference. When listen, bro, go to older man. You know what I mean? I want people to realize with gray hair comes wisdom. You go around man who's been in the game. People get too hyped on this thing because I'm seeing yesterday on the show. Yesterday, I'm seeing very little young trainers. I salute to these young guys because these young guys are eventually going to get old. This is how it goes. But me personally, similarly to what you've done, Tun, you've got an older head in there. What you do in training is fantastic, but you need an older head. Why? Because that man's seen. Just like we say, the old saying is like a new broom sweeps clean, but an old broom knows every corner. And that's the difference. Come on.
Very interesting, Spence. Good points. Let's go further down the bill. Let's talk about last night. Andrew Kane became the British. I think he picked up the British and let me work. Yeah, he picked up the British and Commonwealth title last night. Andrew Kane, a lot was being made of him prior to the singular defeat against Baluta because he knocked out everybody. He was taking man out 1 round, 2 round. You know, he had, I think up until that point, I think he had 10 fights and 10 KOs. Last night he fought Ashley Lane for these 2 titles, and Ashley Lane was, you know, incredible story. Again, records are just for DJs. He had 18 wins, 11 losses. I'm going to repeat that. 18 wins, 11 losses, and 2 draws. And he kind of surprised many when he beat Chris Burke for those titles in his previous fight. But I think last night we saw the birth of somebody I think a lot has been expected from the off. You know, and obviously we know with his stable mate Nick Ball now becoming, I think Nick Ball's the WBA champion.
Yep.
You know, it's from the same camp. And I believe Andrew Kane is back on track. He's coming for his world title. He's like, nah. My stable mate who I come up with, he's got his world belt. I ain't got no belt. Last night he picked up 2 at once, you know, and I think the world's his oyster. You know, he's going to be very difficult. I like his style. He's got a kind of like a Tyson style. Chin down, short punches, uppercuts, counters, moves well. Bro, the kid can box. So it's another one. I don't know what they're drinking up there or what they're eating up there in Liverpool land, but it's working.
That you yesterday is a good fight, you know.
What, bro? This you can swing.
He's a good fighter, bro.
He can swing it out.
What,
and he's
what weight is he?
That was bantam. And the thing about
it, big for bantamweight, you know.
Oh yeah. It's very, very powerful. Very powerful.
That is a good fighter. He's going to do some great things. I can tell you that now. Yeah.
He's going to be a problem, and he doesn't even seem to. You know, he looks like he's got this cut from that same conditioning cloth as Nick Ball, who just throws. I don't know how this youth throws that many punches, but you know, his trainer said it, and the fighter said it last night. You know, when you're seeing these boys now on telly, it's a reward for the hard work that has been put in over the years. The trainer said he's been in the gym since he was 10 years old. You know, so if he's been in the gym since he's 10 years old, he's 27 now, Ashley Kane. That's 17 years of graft.
Okay.
That's 17 years of graft. And it was very heartwarming for him to say, you know, I think it was man, JD saying, yeah, where's these belts going? And he's saying,
also, Tun, massive big up to JD Dyer, right?
Come on, you know JD's the man.
Fantastic work last night for TNT Sports, right? He really did do some great work. Apparently, there's talk now that Queensbury will be going over to the Zone.
Well, I did read that. I did read that tweet, but we've heard this before, Spence. This is not new news. We've heard this before.
Yeah. But I think the difference now. I think the difference now is the relationship that Frank Warren has with Eddie Hearn now. And
but the thing is, the way I look at that. I mean, let's continue with Andrew Kane because we never really finished about that before.
Cool.
Yeah. I was saying, there's an echo, Spence. The echo. You got the phone on again. Yeah. Andrew Kane was asked where he's putting the belts. He said, "Nah. This is not going. This is going to my mum's house," and I love that. He said, "This thing is going to. This is for all the years she's had to put up with him." And listen, fantastic for the trainer as well. I forgot his name. I think it's Paul something. But he's producing through. I know he was very complimentary to the fighters, but as a fellow trainer, you've put in the work as well. And you know what? Again, it's great to see a fighter acknowledging his trainer and saying, "Without this man here, we wouldn't be where we are." Because
that's very rare. Because
very
rare that you get the fighters that props their trainers.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
very rare.
Yes. So congratulations to Andrew Kane again last night, becoming the British and Commonwealth bantamweight champion. Spence, on that bill, we're not gonna forget about the supposed Queensbury and the Zone link up. Chantel Cameron returned last night against LM Macaled, and she back winning titles again after losing her undisputed crown to Katie Taylor in a rematch, and that was for the vacant WBC interim super lightweight, and she was very dominant in my opinion. In my opinion, she never lost a round. So new trainer, new promoter, and back with a belt. So it's good to see Chantel back to winning ways. Only one loss in her career, 19 fights, 8 KOs, and that only loss coming to Katie Taylor. And she took Katie Taylor's undefeated record. So Cameron's not a joke, or Chantel's not a joke. So she's also 33 now. So she wants these big fights. She wants to get back all her belts, and I think last night was a step in the right direction. Again, moving down the bill, Solomon Dakris fought Michael Webster in a return. This time getting a stoppage. And I think the talk of the night was David Adelaide. Because I don't know. We have to talk to David, because I don't know. David's on this bad man thing and tell him man in his face, but I'm gonna punch you up. I like it, so I'm not gonna lie. I like it, but I don't know. Should there be a bit of caution to, because we see what my man done to him, Fabio. Fabio. It's good that David's wait, Spence. It's good that David's keeping the same energy, and we're talking about him. So he's like, I think most people will be happy if he just become this quiet person, after the Fabio loss. But he's like, nah, mate, I'm going around. I'm not changing who I am, and that I respect. But I'm not gonna say he needs to tread carefully, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's one of them ones where you don't really know until you're in that position. But listen, we're talking about it. I love the excitement. I'm not gonna lie. I like excitement. So David is on some gully roadman talk. He's like, bro, no. He's staring in man's face, saying, "What?" And I must admit, David was correct. He said the energy that was coming back from Solomon was not the energy from before. So, in my opinion, David is already 1-0 up in that contest.
Well, the thing about it is, I see you see like October Red in the background. Like he said, yeah, she was like, they're not your belts, I heard. Like she was back in her little.
Oh, was that her?
That was her. That was her in the background.
Wow.
Right. Because my man said, yeah, I'll get these belts and the you know what? David Adedlay has to do what he has to do. Yeah. I think it's good that we got a new villain in town, right?
Yes.
I think it's good.
Man's calling the pound land Chisora.
Yeah, you know what? The thing about it is this is like when he boxed Fabio and he came second best in that fight, yeah. It was a lot of talk and a lot of all the rest of it, right?
Mm.
He comes second best. And I like the fact that he's still got that energy because he actually still wants it. He's not deluded. He actually just wants it that much. Like, right, I'll have it with you. Right.
Yes.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. But with Solomon Dakers ain't really about that. He's not that person. I've been around him. He's a gentleman. But he can fight though.
Mm.
I mean, he can fight. We can't tell him and say that you can't fight. He can fight. But he's not really about it. And that's why, because like I spoke to October Red earlier today, and she was saying, like, yeah, like, you know, like Solomon isn't about it, but don't mean like he can't fight. And I said, obviously,
yes.
Right? But and she, you know, she's a bit bright, you know what I mean? So she'll defend a Birmingham man then. And I rate that still. I do, I rate that. But we shall see come fight time. But he was injured. He's now like David Adedlay is now being trained by Adam Booth. So
okay.
Yeah, he's in the Booth camp. So you know what I mean?
Again, I don't like when these fighters start getting all these trainers all around the globe for these trainers. I'm like, bro, when are you gonna just start looking at yourself? You know, I don't know. It's very. I'm never too sure when a fighter really at the embryonic stages of his career is changing trainers like 3 times. That's madness. That's madness. You haven't even had 15 fights and you've had 3 trainers. So what's that about? It don't make no sense. Yeah. It don't make sense. What are you going? You're going to another person.
Can you see that there? Does that look like David Adedlay?
What's the matter with you, Spencer? Spencer's on his own one tonight. You know, listen. As I said, it don't make sense. There's something that is not clicking. Who was the person who just lost the other day? They went to Adam Booth and he lost. The other day he changed trainer. What fight was that we was watching the other week?
Oh, Tyler Denny, when Tyler Denny broke up my man.
With Felix Cash.
Felix Cash, yeah.
Yeah, Felix Cash. You went to Adam Booth, you got stopped. So it's like, you know, a lot of times, I'm not trying to say all the time, because obviously we know Lenox was stopped by Oliver McCall and then had Emmanuel Stewart as his trainer and finished his career with Emmanuel Stewart, but he was already a world champion.
Exactly.
He was already a world champion.
Also, you got to think like when certain people change camp, yeah, so I'm working with this guy, and then no, I'm going to work with this guy. Sometimes it's not the loss why you change camp, because I remember Lenox Lewis was trained by a guy called Davenport. Yeah.
Yes, Davenport. I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, Davenport was training him, but then I think Davenport said something about, we want to blind Gary Mason. Yeah, God rest Gary Mason. So,
and people say some bad things. People say some nasty
things. He got, the backlash that he got, but then also there's other things within the training camp. But then Lenox got rid of him, and then he picked up with Pepe Correa, right? And Pepe Correa got famous for just saying when Lenox Lewis beat Donovan Razor Ruddock, October 30th, 1992, that was at Earl's Court. I was at that fight, myself, Danny Williams, and Kim, who used to go to your school. Happy birthday. She just had her birthday last week. So anyway, so it's like, when he went with him, my man just got famous for saying he's British and he's bad.
Yeah, I remember that.
Career got famous for being a very good quotesman, right? Because he he never took someone from grassroots and thingy. He was around Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? And managed to wrangle his way into to become Sugar Ray Leonard's trainer at the tail end of Sugar Ray Leonard's career, right?
Yes.
And Sugar Ray Leonard had 3 fights with him. You know what I mean? And out of those 3 fights with him, he got knocked down 6 times. 5 times. So, do you know what I mean? And I'm not knocking Pepe Correa. I'm just saying, like, boy, where your body of work? Where's your body of work? So
Yes.
when Lenox Lewis was changing trainer, he was changing trainer to say, right, I need the right fit. But you got to think about it. Lenox Lewis knows a thing or two. Here was a man that was a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, an Olympic bronze medalist, and an Olympic gold medalist, right? So he must know a thing or two. There's a difference. But what I realized with these guys now, I remember with David Adedlay, I said, David, what are you bringing in these American? You've gone to get these American, man. You've gone, I got my training. I remember he took, I got my training from America. I got my training from. I said, brother, I'm Spencer Fearon. I've never heard of your trainer. You know what I mean? I get too twisted because they're too, come on, man, we got to do this, man. They must think you're a good trainer. You know what I mean? Or let some man come in there with some slight Hispanic name. You know what I mean? They can say, in the corner, you think, yes, he must be a good trainer. This is some joke thing.
But I don't know. Every man writes their own story, and as Ollie Palmer said, this is boxing. Yeah, it's kind of thrown me. What else was we talking about?
It's like the trainers. That's what. Look, Don. It's like the game. The game is the game. I'm not. And what I realized is this. This is the next thing that I realized. I've got to be on it because, like, we ain't spoken. You ain't spoken on the show for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? We went on it last week. We never done it because of the Euros. You know what I mean? Thoroughly disappointed with England's performance.
Oh my goodness! How many times could I be let down? I don't know. Let's not even go there. We did,
and then
we did. What was that you just done?
Right?
Is that how you cover up your yawn?
Huh? Yeah.
What you just yawning?
Yeah. Right.
Bobby Wright is gonna. Bobby Wright is gonna cut that piece. He's trying to hide the yawn. Go ahead, please.
Right, and then man, just talking. Did you see that Esserman, the Echo you?
No. I'm coming to that, bro. That's my guy. I'm coming to that. But all right. So we've spoken about Solomon De Caires. We've already had Ezra on as our guest, beating Carlos Alberto Lamela by unanimous points decision. But then one of, if not the fight of the night, was young Owen Cooper against Eco. You remember Ecomos? Eco, the engine, Etsu, man, and he's been tagged a new name. He's giving himself a new name. He's saying, "Bro, this is point 2. This is not no engine now. I've gone to the next levels. This is turbo boost, turbo charge." But what a fight, Spencer! And you know what? In the 6th round, the beatdown that he was putting on him, I was like, yes. And then I'm like, bro, the brother got tired. He got tired. I thought he got tired. And then he was doing something, and I said it earlier in the fight. It's something I don't know where. I think people have picked it up from Canelo. When you're turning your head away from the shot, yeah? And certain fighters are thinking that you're showing off. But I'm like, if you've got a fighter that knows what he's doing, as you turn your head, you're getting clapped with the overhand right. And what happened, Spencer? As I said it, I wish he was doing a watch along, because I would have said it from earlier. I said, I don't like this turning your head business, you know. As I said it, boom. And this is to show you that.
What's Echo's record now?
He's only lost 1 fight, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get you that right now. He's only lost 1 fight. Remember, he was ranked. He went against Clifton's boy, Harry Scarf. Yeah. But what I'm saying, remember, he was up. They didn't put a bid in for him. I think it was for the IBF. eliminator. He was on that world stage. He was ready to fight for a world title. But it never happened for some reason. He's 35 years old now. They was probably, I could see the matchmaking. They was probably thinking, you know what? 23-year-old kid, gonna have too much sprite, too much energy, echoes. But as I saw the fight, I said, oh, nah, this is big disrespect. This is big disrespect. I'm saying, you're making a guy, a kid, that's had 9 fights. That's big Echo Esserman, who's had 20 fights before last night and 35 years of age. Are you nuts? I'm like, this is the height of disrespect. So I'm like, bro, in my head, I'm watching the fight and I'm like, cool. I can see what's going on. The boy's sharp, the young boy's sharp. But what the young boy didn't have and doesn't have up until last night was experience. And so he was holding his feet in situations where he should have just been boxing. And fair play to the corner. The corner was actually saying to him, box. Early on, they were saying to him, use your jab, keep the distance, move. But the enthusiasm, this is what I'm trying to show you, that you got to save these kids from themselves sometimes, Spencer. The enthusiasm of the youngster wanted him to stay there and fight. And I'm saying, ain't you been watching Echo's fights previously? There's a reason why they call him the engine. Because he just puts his head down and fires. He's like, bro, he's firing like he's chopping some serious chuffy from Ghana. He throws a million punches. And all you're hearing is, and the young kid, youthful exuberance. That's the words I was looking for. Thank you, Capital Commodity. The young you was coming with youthful exuberance.
You can fight.
That's not the tactics for a seasoned vet, because that's what you're calling a man when he's 35 years old. He's a seasoned vet, Spence.
Ton, the youth's a problem. I want man to realize that.
Echo's a seasoned vet. Remember, he already beat Chris Congo by majority. He beat Samuel Ante, the current British champion. He beat him by unanimous. He ran over Darren Tetley, beat Chris Jenkins. Oh, this was not a joke. It was not a joke. So it was very what should I say? Brave matchmaking for a young kid with only 10 fights under his belt. Was it a calculated gamble? I guess it was, but it wasn't one that I would have been too happy with.
Well, it wasn't a successful calculated gamble. Put it that way.
Yeah, again, Daniel J. Boateng. And all I'm saying to myself, for me, he got up from that knockdown. I'm saying this has built with something different. And he's Ghanaian. So he's got the Ghanaian blood in him. And to the point, in the last round, you can see his trainer, Barrington Levy. That's what I call him, Barrington Levy. Yeah, you can see Barrington Brown saying, bro, come on, man, come on, do the thing.
Right, and then, hold up, 1 second. Sorry. Brandon Glanton had just said, I'll come to heavyweight and dust off David Adedlay.
Yeah, let's make that fight. Brandon Glanton versus David Adedlay. See, the Fight is Right is a place where the fights get made. This is where there have been so many fights which have come to fruition because of us. It's because of this channel. We make these fights. So you heard it. David Adedlay, we got a cruiserweight calling you out now from the US. So if you can't get that fight with Solomon, man's ready. He's ready. And that would be some trash talk. The press conference would be brilliant.
Said it's too easy as well. I just sent my man a message. We have to get response for that.
That would just be both. Brandon's on it tonight. But yeah, what was I, Spence? I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about the last round, because obviously, I think in the 9th round is when young Owen, dropped Echo. And when they went back to the corner, it was the contrast in corners was very, very insightful for me because, again, I don't know if this is the inexperience, although you can't really call them inexperienced because I know there's some old guys in Owen's corner, and his I think it was his father was also a fighter. I think it's Stephen Cooper. I remember his fighter was a fighter. So he's coming from hereditary and generation. He's coming from stock, but the contrast in the corner is Owen was up on all scorecards going into that last round. He'd already got the knockdown, but the corner said to him, he's gone. He's gone. Finish him. And guess what? He tried to go out, but guess what? In the other corner, Barrett and Levy was telling my man, boom, go out there and dust this you. And then, sorry for my language again. And then,
why you apologize?
I'm not apologizing. Well, you know me. That's what they call it. Chinese lie, Chinese whisper, whatever. Bro, I'm not apologizing for nothing. But Echo gave out an almighty roar, like to say, yeah. Now, and bro, the way the left hook, Spencer. I don't know if you've seen that knockout.
I see it.
The barrage of
apologize to you as well. Because I saw Echo. Sorry to cut you. That left foot was serious that he clapped him with.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And he said afterwards, he said something jump up.
Yeah, my goodness. But you know what? I'm gonna say it here, young Owen Cooper. Your time is gonna come. You're a good fighter. Your future's bright. It's not all lost. Rest up. As I said, you got that youth, you got that exuberance. You can definitely fight. Sometimes this is how it goes in boxing. You aim. You're a fighter. You take fights. You're ambitious, and you want to go to the top. But a little rest, get straight back in there, and we go again. So Owen Cooper, keep doing what you're doing. You're a good fighter, man. Good fighter. I enjoy watching. I definitely enjoy watching you, and 100% enjoy the fight last night. But all credit and all massive respect goes to my man there, Echo Esuman. Again, I think last night he became. I think that was the WBC. I think that was the WBO European belt, which again gives him a top 10 ranking. I did hear him. I don't know if when you have to clean your ears. I did hear him call out Boots. And Boots in his. And I'm saying, bro, you can't knock him. Bro, man was that payday. But bro, you never know. The way this boxing thing goes, you never know. You're ranked now. So they may be looking for a defense, a Saudi thing. Anything can happen. Defense.
You never know.
This fight has gone under the radar for me, and I'm hearing they're giving away tickets. Of course, I'm talking about Derek Chisora and Joyce next week. Who would have haven't even heard nothing?
Tunde, yeah? You talk to your brethren Dev Sani, yeah? Because they done like a round table thing, the sit down thing, yeah?
Okay.
It's called Locked Doors or whatever, yeah?
Okay.
Brother, they should have locked the door, not filmed. It was the most boringest thing that and this Tunde, Derek come there in some bowler hat, like it looked like some little voodoo man, right?
Bro, stop this voodoo talk, man.
Stop this voodoo talk.
Voodoo don't exist,
and it really does, But anyway, so he come on there. The thing was so dry. I think Derek was just bored after you see with Derek when he just bust up the little delivery room man the other day.
What's the matter with Derek? But you know what? Bro, Derek's going around headbutting delivery drivers. But I don't put nothing past Derek, Derek is a salesman. I won't be surprised if Derek staged that. I won't be surprised if Derek staged that. Derek's smart. Derek knows what to do to sell a fight.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm saying,
Of course he does. 100%.
Yeah, so I'm saying you can't be headbutting, bro. You're a professional fighter. You can't be headbutting delivery drivers like that and nothing ain't happening. No, bro, that's staged. That's staged.
Well, I hope that it would. But what I am saying is this, right? that was boring. But what I guarantee you, the fight will not be boring. Right?
Yeah, it's going to be a swingers.
It's the fight. That fight is going to be exciting. I'm telling people now, right? And people could be talking that they're giving away tickets or they're doing this and all the rest of it, right? But I'm telling you now, that fight is going to be exciting because when you've got a man in Derek Chisora who is seemingly way past peak, and when you've got a man in Joyce who's trying to rebuild, right? And he's got confidence issues because you can't get clapped out twice by a man like Zhang and think like things are going to be a certain way, right? You're going to see a really good fight because it's about timing, and two old war horses make for a good battle.
Where does the loser go from this?
You know what? That is a really good question because Derek Chisora is not going away. So Derek is not going away anyway, right? I just want you to realize that, right? And as long as his name is supposedly marketable, right, he will continue to fight, right? For this fight here, it's more of like, well, who can we get for Joyce that is a known name, but is not really that dangerous? And they thought, well, maybe this will sell because I know a couple of people that have actually gone and bought tickets for this fight because of the intrigue of this fight, right? Now, I'm saying that these people will come out to watch this fight, and I believe that the fight will be exciting because they don't know no other way to fight. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's not no one's going to say like, oh, well, he's past it because he's technical. He was a big skills man. And no, they're going to do exactly what they know to do. They're going to meet in the center of the ring and they're going to duke it out. And for how long it lasts, I believe that fight's going to be very, very exciting. So I'm looking for what can I say? The sadistic side of me is looking forward to that fight, knowing what I believe that fight could be. But don't have them sat at no press conference trying to talk to each other. That's where they need someone like me and Tunde to be on each side to just jazz it up, right? But I'm telling you, the fight is gonna be very good.
All he's saying,
nah.
Bro, Daniel, bro, this is gonna that's Daniel's best ever line. Best ever line in this whole thing. Nah. Bro, it just zoomed up. But anyway, hold tight, Ollie. Bro, you added it. And we gotta finish on the back because this is a question I'm gonna ask you every day every week up until the fight comes up, Spence. Who have you got winning Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois? Bearing in mind that you have the right as a free thinker,
of course, you do,
change your mind as the weeks progress. Let me just set that straight. Just because I say something on Monday, don't mean I'm going to say it on Friday.
No.
But anyway, Spence, this week, as it stands, what is your prediction for the up-and-coming Wembley Stadium fight on the 21st of September?
It still stands as I originally said, and I've got Anthony Joshua winning by big KO. I mean, that's how it stands for now, right?
Yes.
I just and it's not me having nothing against Daniel Dubois, his camp, his dad, his trainers, and all the rest of it. Nothing against them. I just believe like we haven't, since Joshua has had some lackluster performances, and since Anthony Joshua has got beaten, you got to remember he got beaten by Usyk, right?
Yeah, let's not forget that.
And also, when you got to think about it,
sorry to cut you this, and I still feel to this day, AJ's probably given Usyk his most competitive fights.
Of course he has. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he has. So I'm going AJ simply because you cannot pet and powder with the experience of what Anthony Joshua has got. And it's, 13 world title fights, right?
Yes.
You can't play with that. You know what I mean? 13 proper world title fights as well, right? Not gimme world title fights. 13 proper world title fights. We could question the Prince Charles Martin fight because Prince Charles Martin,
he said he's a god.
Yeah.
He said he's a god. I want this turf like a god.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, AJ said,
you were sitting down like a god as well, resting.
Yeah, AJ said, yeah. You don't know what I've been brought up on. What kind of food I've been brought up on.
Right. So
pounded.
Yeah. So I've still got AJ. But I think it's going to be competitive. Even if it goes one round, I believe that it's going to be competitive. But my thing is this: you shipped a lot of right hands against Hrgovic, right? You can't ship them right hands with Anthony Joshua, number one. And even if you can, people seemingly need to forget that Anthony Joshua has got a very decent jab, you know.
Very good jab.
You've got a very good jab, right?
To be honest with you, to me, Anthony Joshua is an almost complete fighter. The only thing I think he can work on more is the inside fighting. Fight, because he fights more out of desperation on the inside as opposed to controlled Roberto Duran movements inside.
He's a 6'6".
No. But right? I just use that as a comparison.
But in saying that, do you know what I mean? Riddick Bowe was 6'5", right? I've never really seen a heavyweight with better inside work for a big man than Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe was inside.
You just put the words out of my mouth. You just but then look at the effects of him fighting inside later in his career and in his life. It's better to use your attributes as opposed to being an all-round fighter. And for me, again,
Lenox Lewis is very coherent, Tunde.
Exactly. For me, obviously, after Daniel's first fight, which was the only week I've said this, I said Daniel was going to win. But I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua is gonna take man out. That's what I believe. Anthony Joshua's gonna take man out. But and there's always a caveat there. It will be very interesting to see if Daniel can take AJ's right hands. Because you see the look that you just gave here, Spence. Let's not forget, Anthony Joshua didn't knock out Joseph Parker.
And I'm going to tell you why. You never know.
There's always a why. But what I'm trying to say is...
I'm going to tell you, he didn't knock out Joseph Parker, right? But listen to this one, yeah? Joseph Parker at that time was an unbeaten heavyweight. He was a WBO heavyweight champion, yeah? Yeah. You're coming... No, listen. You're coming with a different energy. You know what I mean? You're coming with a different energy. You know this part, eh? That's number one. Number two, I'm saying AJ just boxed Klitschko, and then he boxed Carlos Takam. Yeah. After the Klitschko fight, the whole camp. I'm telling you this now. Robert Kraken, all the rest of the man, the Sims man, all of the man that was in the camp, they were nervous because they're trying to protect the commodity. So where they're trying to protect the commodity, it was hands high, push the jab, wait for openings, right? That's what it was. They're saying, don't take no chances. Why? Because you got dropped against Klitschko. And when he got dropped against Klitschko, everything could have come crashing down. He never. He didn't succumb to getting knocked down. He got up and he fought gallantly and got the stoppage win in the 11th round. I'm telling you now.
Yes.
After that fight, they said, look, we're just going to do similarly to how when Lenox got beat by Oliver McCall and then he came back, Lenox was behind the jab, but then Emmanuel Stewart said, no, we have to start knocking out, brothers. This is not, we don't give no man no chances, right? But what they tried to turn Anthony Joshua into a Klitschko because they're thinking about the business of the longevity. Now, Anthony Joshua with Ben Davison, I've been in the gym with Anthony, seeing how he's training. I've been in the gym with Dubois as well, seeing how he's training, right? And I'm telling you this now, there's levels in this, Ton. I'm just gonna be real. There's levels. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? For we know, Daniel Dubois could just jump on my man and clap out AJ. We never know.
Yeah, but right? I'm not buying that excuse because if we look back, Spence, Tony Tucker was 34-0 when he fought Mike Tyson. Yeah. Tyrell Biggs was 15-0. Might lick him out. Michael Spinks, one of your favorite fighters,
31-0. Yeah,
was 31-0. He clapped him out.
Mike Tyson never clapped out Tony Tucker though.
Yeah, he never clapped out Tony Tucker, but still, he did clap out Tony Tucker. That's true. But that's a big boy fight, though. I'm not gonna lie. But the point is that I'm just putting it out there because no man is invincible. I don't think many people thought that Evander Holyfield could take Mike Tyson's punches. My man was coming to the ring singing hallelujah, hallelujah. And the punches were having no effect. So I'm saying that you cannot put that past Daniel in the sense that he will be able to take AJ's right hands. My thing is, people's talking about this right hand like AJ ain't got a left hook. AJ's got a left hook. He's got a right uppercut. Bro, he clap out Dylan with a right uppercut. AJ's got bare tools in the box. So it ain't just one.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so it ain't just one, one tool. So I'm not conforming to the thing like, oh, he took all these right hands from Herkovich and he can't take that from AJ. He can get so many. Bro, I just think that experience is the main factor. Skill-wise, I would have to even give it to AJ. Speed, I will give it to AJ. Where I feel Daniel has a great chance.
Now Daniel's faster, Norton.
What are you telling me? Bro, I don't know that is. And Daniel's jab is it's a madness. And so where Daniel has, he's got the youth and exuberance, and now he also has the experience of being in big fights. Yes, he got stopped in those big fights, but he's only 26 years young, Spence. Mm-hmm. And he's on the up. Daniel, as BG London said, is very, very unpredictable. What game plan could you possibly have for that young man?
I know the game plan, but I'm not talking it out there. Man, have to pay me for that.
Yeah, no, we need money for that. We need money for that.
I know exactly. But I'm not talking.
What I'm trying to say is that
sit down and listen to when we bust our things.
Of course, they're taking notes. They're taking notes. But again, Daniel has proven. You know how heavy Big Baby Winner is. You know how heavy he is. Daniel had that weight on him, and still had the fortitude, the stamina to stop him, Spencer.
Yeah.
To stop him. 22 stone, leaning on you, trying to drain out your energy. And then Herkovich, a guy that was coming with a lot of experience, amateur and pro, sucking that all up and eventually stopping him. So it ain't a gimme fight. I'm still going with AJ, but I'm not confident. I'm just being honest. I'm not confident. It's one of those fights. For me right now, I'm saying 65-35 to AJ.
Well, listen, Ton, I've got it 60-40 for AJ.
Yeah, 60-40, yeah.
Right? I'm saying 60-40 for AJ. But
yeah.
That 20% is a massive margin. Right?
It is a massive margin.
It's a massive
margin.
The
13 world title fights really mean something as well, Spence.
Ton, I'm just being Ollie Palmer. I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, I was in the gym and I see how AJ was how he was training, and it's consummate professionalism. I want this man to realize that. I ain't gonna lie. I was in the gym just seeing him tick over because Ben Davison was away, but I felt inspired by seeing how he worked.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna be real. I'm telling you this now. I was inspired by how Anthony Joshua worked and the things that he was in tune with. I cannot see Daniel Dubois doing much in that fight with him, but I think that he can still make it competitive because he's young, right? And he's relatively fresh, right? But
wow, you know what? Walking out to 90,000 at Wembley.
That's gonna match you up, bro. You ain't used to that. You ain't used to that. You're not used to that. Listen to me. You're not used to that, brother. You're not used to
energy. That energy is gonna mean something.
All right.
But there's a word starting with D and ending with Y, and it's destiny, Spence. We've heard Stan, the dad, talk about this being Daniel's destiny. Well, actually, it was to win the world heavyweight title. It wasn't to be AJ. He's got the world heavyweight title now, so this might not be destiny, bro. This might be the nightmare, bro, because everything's polarity. So I don't know. It's a fight that we're going to continue to talk about. May change our mind as the weeks go on, but I've been very solid in my opinion that Anthony Joshua by KO could be within 6 rounds, Spence. But I have to have my butt in there. But I'm not sure. I'm telling you, I'm not sure. Because Daniel has got some different kind of spiritual thing with him. And you know, Don Charles is there as well. And we know Don's story and he you know, his destiny was to, you know, he came on here and he cried. He said, I have to have a world champion. Well, he's got one now.
He got one now. He's got given one.
And who would have thought that he would end up fighting the fighter who he actually had a choice to train or option to train earlier on in the embryonic stages of Anthony Joshua's career.
He did. He did have the opportunity. He had the opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
But it wasn't, he did have the opportunity. But like I said, we shall see where we go on from here. And on that note, Tunde Maka.
It's
one, mate. The damn I've been on for 2 hours, bro.
And you've yawned about 3 times. You've yawned about 3 times. Let's thank all our guests again. Brandon Glanton, the cruiserweight from the States, highly ranked, looking to take out all the UK cruiserweights. He wants Isaac. He never called Vidal though. Man sleeping on Vidal, you know. All right, cool. You don't sleep on Vidal Riley. I'm telling you, my guy, I've watched this boy since he's a youth in the gym. Known his dad for even longer. So I'm saying, maybe you don't see the YouTube thing. Vidal can fight. Vidal can fight. Vidal can box. Very articulate, has a good boxing IQ, knows the sport. And I feel that Vidal, if you keep on sleeping on him, you're gonna find out very soon. So let's not forget Vidal's there. No one. I never hear no one call Vidal's name. Maybe there's a reason for that. But Brandon, he wants Chev Clarke, he wants Isaac Chamberlain, he wants Richard Riakporhe, he wants Chris Billam-Smith, and he said he's even willing to go up to heavyweight to fight David Adedlay. So boom, the Fight is Right has done it again. And ladies and gentlemen, let me end the show. Tight Oli Palmer. Let me end the show in exactly the same way we started it, with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up, peace to fingers. May you have a fantastic, full, strong next 7 days.
Come on.
We don't get weak. We get
Come on.
Peace to fingers. I'm out. Love.